Hey, what's up, everybody? BDO44 coming at you with another video. All right, so welcome to LA. Luka the Don. We got the debut of yourself today between the Lakers and the Utah Jazz at 7:30 p.m. Pacific, 10:30 p.m. Eastern. A regularly scheduled game for a change. We haven't seen too many of those this season, in my opinion. A lot of 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 1 o'clock. Not too many 7:30s. But we got a home game tonight, man. We're wearing yellow. And the Jazz will be wearing their white uniforms. And, we're going to get into what we saw in the highlights. I watched highlights yesterday of this team just to get a refresher, as I often try to accomplish. 5-game refresher, get some understanding of how the Jazz been playing as of late. And their last game was against the Clippers, where the Clippers dropped 130 points on them. 130-110 was the score. And, it's just... This is a tanking basketball club, man. Utah Jazz are a tanking basketball club. They got a lot of talent. They should be really excited about that talent. But for now, it's rough, man. They did not have quite a few players. They set a lot of people in this game. And because of it, Zubac and Harden and Powell just went nuts. Norman Powell had 26 points, 3 assists on 9 of 18 shooting. James Harden, 7 of 18 shooting, 7 of 8 from behind the arc. From the field, free throw line, 7 of 8 from the free throw line. 23 points, 17 assists, 2 steals, 2 boards, 5 turnovers, 17 assists. It's looking crazy, a plus 30 there. Ivica Zubac, 26 points, 15 rebounds, 4 of them offensive, 5 assists, 2 steals, and 1 block. So, yeah, that's the kind of game that we're dealing with. Amir Coffey had 17 off the bench, hit 5 threes. Derrick Jones Jr., 11 points, 1 assist. So the Utah Jazz got mollywopped. They set a lot of people. It was more like a Jordan Clarkson type of game. 8 of 19 from the field, 6 of 12 from behind the arc for JC. Pay attention. If JC's going to hit threes like that, it could be an issue. 24 points, 3 assists, a steal, a block, and 3 rebounds for JC. Isaiah Collier is somebody we need to pay attention to, man. This is a speed demon. We talk about fast players that we have to account for, that we have trouble guarding. Isaiah Collier's name is going to quickly become one of those guys. De'Aaron Fox, Tyrese Maxey. You got to say Isaiah Collier. He's that fast. He literally is that fast. 5 points, 2 blocks, 9 assists, 5 rebounds. And that's a light game for him. He's been playing a lot better than that. But you pay attention to his assist numbers because he is getting people involved. And he's driving at the rim, putting a lot of pressure on it constantly. So this is a different type of beast. I changed my tune on Isaiah Collier right before the draft. I didn't really like him before it, but right before the draft, it became clear to me that this was a drive at the rim kind of guy, and he puts a lot of pressure on it, and then from there creates for others, and that's exactly what he's turned into. His 3-point shot is better than I thought, although this was obviously not a good game. 1 of 5 from the field, or 2 from behind the arc. But just in general, we're going to get through more of his stats. You're going to see Isaiah Collier. He's going to be pushing people for minutes. That Utah team, he's going to be pushing. So we're going to see a lot of him over the next 2 games because, of course, we see Utah over the next 2 games. Keontae George, another player that's really stepping to his own. 21 points, 4 assists in this one. The turnover is always much with him. He really does need to figure out how to take care of the basketball. But he is a high-level everything kind of guy. 7 of 14 from the field, 2 of 7 from behind the arc. Johnny Juzang, 7 of 11 from the field, 4 of 6 from behind the arc. He did have a good game there. 19 points, 3 steals, and 1 assist. So he's playing well. And Svi Mykhailiuk, one of our old guys, 10 points, 3 rebounds on 4 of 12 shooting. Not a great night there from the field. And Filipowski, Flip, another high-level rookie for the Utah Jazz. 5 of 7 from the field, 1 of 2 from behind the arc. 13 points, 5 assists, and 8 boards. He's a really nice player, man. He's going to need more minutes to really show that, but he can play. But Utah basically set everybody in this game, so it wasn't really a whole lot to consider. They have the ability to do that and still have a lot of players to develop, stuff like that. Williams is not even in rotation. That was their highest lottery pick of this year. It's crazy how that works. Filipowski and Collier are regular rotation players at times, and you never see Williams, and Williams was the guy that was taken ahead of them. But that's just the I don't know what the word is, but I guess that's just the perk of being a Utah Jazz franchise. They have so much young talent, so they can wait on lottery picks for a couple years and still have plenty of people to develop that may be more ready. So yeah, man, the Jazz shot 39% from the 3-point line, 7 of 43. That's a lot of threes going up for the Jazz in this one. 47% from the field, 39 of 83. They won the rebound the total 38-37. 12 offensive rebounds there. Pay attention to them on the glass. 26-36. The Clippers had 36 assists in this game. Dropped 130 points. Eesh. 20 turnovers for the Jazz, 24 points off of those turnovers. But like I said, they're using their lesser guys, so it's probably not going to be the dynamic you see tonight. 15 turnovers for the Clippers, 7 points conceded off of that. And 78 points in the paint for the Clippers. Wow, 78 points in the paint to 42. So that clearly tells you what it was right there. But then again, you know, three-point volume is where the difference was. Clippers only shot 26 of them. The Utah Jazz attempted 43 of them. So that's just how that game went, man. Not a whole lot to see there. The Jazz obviously were down some key players and lost that game. The game before that was against the Phoenix Suns, 135-127. Again, the Utah giving up big points. Big points. This game was very close down the stretch of regulation. What's my guy's name? Let me see what the heck I'm talking about here. Grayson Allen hit a three-point shot at the buzzer of regulation to tie the basketball game and send it into overtime. And the Phoenix Suns pushed off from there. This is a big game from Devin Booker as well. 47 points, 11 assists, 6 rebounds. That's incredible, man. 18 of 33 shooting, 3 of 10 from behind the arc, 8 of 7 from the free throw line. DB did big BD things. DB things, rather. Grayson Allen, 21 points, 2 steals, 6 assists, 7 boards, 7 of 14 from behind the arc, 7 of 19 from the field. So all of his shots made with threes. And, of course, the big three that needed to be remembered. Bol had a nice game, 24 minutes of play, 5 of 8 from the field, 2 of 5 from behind the arc for 12 points. And Royce O'Neal had 12 points as well. Nick Richards had a double-double for 12 points and 14 boards, 5 of them offensive rebounds. And that was really the standout performance for the Phoenix Suns, the winners there. And, of course, you know, you got to talk about Kessler, 19 points, 3 blocks, 1 steal, 4 assists, 22 rebounds for Walker Kessler, 9 offensive rebounds. That's one of the best rebounding performances I've seen. In 38 minutes of play, 9 of 17 from the field. Isaiah Collier, 7 of 15 from the field, 1 of 4 from behind the arc for 15 points, 13 assists for Isaiah Collier, 1 steal, 4 turnovers and 4 rebounds there. Filipowski had a double-double, 11 and 11 in 15 minutes of play, 5 of 10 from the field, 15 minutes, a double-double. Keontae George, 6 of 16 from the field, 2 of 9 from behind the arc, 18 points, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. So, you know, this is what it was for the Utah Jazz. They did have some big games out of some players. John Collins had 21 points, 2 blocks, 1 steal, and 2 assists. He's been really prevalent in the highlights, man. They love finding John Collins for streaking dunks and stuff like that. I think the value of John Collins in terms of your Laker interest goes up now that we have a need for lob threats and athletic players. I would have him circled as a player I might want to go after in the offseason somehow. John Collins will fit in very well with Luka. And that's just something I wanted to say here. So, yeah, 127-135. The Phoenix Suns won the miraculous overtime victory there against these Jazz. But the Jazz put up a valiant effort. What else? Before that, they played the Golden State Warriors in that. Given the fact that we played the Golden State Warriors very recently, we had already kind of covered this game. But just to recap, this was a big Steph Curry shooting attempt type of game. 6 of 18 from the three-point line, 12 of 20, 31 from the field. 32 points, 7 assists. 29 points for Pod, 4 assists, 1 steal, and 6 boards. 8 of 18 from the field, 3 of 10 from behind the arc. And, you know, that's pretty much what it was. Quentin Post had 10 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. Buddy Hield had 18 points, 1 steal, 1 block. 9 points for GP off the bench. Pat Spencer had a pretty solid game, 7 points, 4 assists, and 4 boards for Pat Spencer, who's been playing pretty well lately for them. And the Utah Jazz edged them out, 131-128. Another big Walker Kessler rebounding game, man. 18 boards, 8 of them offensive. What a tear he is on. 15 points, 3 blocks, and 2 assists to go along with those 18 boards. John Collins had 19 points, 1 steal, 2 blocks, and 5 rebounds on 7 of 15 shooting there. Jordan Clarkson 10 of 19 from the field, 5 of 8 from behind the arc. Again, another big Jordan Clarkson three-point shooting night. 31 points, 5 assists, 4 boards for JC. Isaiah Collier, 20 points, 11 assists, 1 steal, 6 boards on 9 of 18 shooting from the field. 0 of 5 from behind the arc. But the 11 assists and 20 points, a double-double for a rookie that was dropped as it pertains to his value in the draft. He was supposed to be a lottery pick or somewhere in the back of the lottery. Ended up falling all the way to like 27 or 28, and now it's one of the best rookies in the game. Talk about playing a guy cheap and losing every time. Keontae George, 8 of 13 from the field, 4 of 8 from behind the arc, 26 points, 2 steals, 3 rebounds, 6 assists for Keontae in 31 minutes of play. And Michael Potter had 18 minutes, 3 points, 4 rebounds, that kind of thing. Svi Mykhailiuk also had 10 points, 4 assists, and 5 rebounds in a winning effort against the Golden State Warriors. Golden State Warriors losing games to Utah. That's crazy. But when Kessler's going to rebound like this, Clarkson's going to shoot like that, and Collier's going to get people involved like that, Utah is not a bad basketball team, which takes me to a point. We got to take them seriously tonight. We're incorporating Luka Doncic into the situation. Our defense is probably not going to be the forefront of what we're doing, especially with our starting lineup. We do not want this Utah team to get off to a fast start against us with some of these speed demons that they got on this basketball court at that guard position. This isn't the night to be stagnant. This isn't the night to know one another. This isn't the team you probably want to do things as if you're playing a bad team and you don't have to take them seriously. This is not the time to do that. They had 6 players in double figures at this one. So, yeah. And again, there's still people missing there. You're seeing them not even have what's their shooter? I haven't seen him at all. Is he out right now? I think he's playing tonight, but his name's not coming to mind. Give me a second. Marketing wasn't even on the floor for that Golden State win. So, yeah. That's the thing. Before that, they played the Pacers and lost the game by 1. Of course, this is another game that we've seen highlights on when we were doing homework on the Pacers. And, they just lost by 1. This was one of those weird games that we had discussed where Utah did everything they were supposed to do to win the game, still lost. That's how this one went. One of those strange stat nights. Utah killed them on the board 60-37. Utah, ended up turning the ball over a lot. 19 turnovers, 26 points off of those turnovers. That's kind of where they ultimately found themselves on the wrong side of things. But when you kill people on the glass like this, you don't expect to lose too often. Shot better for the most part, 3 of 13 of 37 from behind the arc. Got to the line more, but still lost, So that's kind of what the story was there. We had talked about this game. I'm not going to go over the stats again, but what I can say is Kessler had another fantastic rebounding night. 13 boards on this one. John Collins had a double-double, 21 points, 12 rebounds. And Clarkson had another big game, 21 points in this one. So, yeah, Collier had 10 assists, 11 points, 10 assists. Keontae George had 16 points, 11 assists. So you understand their point guards are getting people involved, man. That's the thing we got to be aware of. They got some high-level playmakers in their situation here. Sexton barely had any minutes in this game. But, you give the ball to Collier and Keontae George, and they walk away with 21 assists between the two of them. You know what I'm saying? And you look at John Collins and Kessler, and they walk away with 25 rebounds between the two of them. You know what I mean? So it's this is not a bad basketball team. They're just tanking. That's all it is. They're tanking. And right now, Walker Kessler is on a tear rebounding the ball that we really, really need to be aware of, especially given the fact that we couldn't get our center Williams, for which everybody knows already about. So before the Pacer game, the Jazz played the Orlando Magic and beat the Orlando Magic soundly, actually. They beat them sound, 113-99. Shot 14-35 from behind the arc, 39 of 84 from the field. The Orlando Magic were awful shooting the ball. That's what it comes down to. 9 of 41 from behind the arc, 30 of 91 from the field. So they couldn't throw a rock in the ocean. Although they got to the free throw line a bunch, 30 of 35. The Utah Jazz sent them to the line a lot. The Utah Jazz had 21 of 24 from the free throw line themselves. Jazz won the boards once again, 51-43. 26 assists for the Jazz to the Orlando 19. You're not going to score very much. 19 assists, 99 points. You see the correlation? You need 30. Can't stress it enough. You need 30 to win this league. 48 points in the paint to 36 for the Orlando Magic. 26 points fast break for the Magic to the 14 for the Jazz. Jazz turned the ball over 16 times, had 16 points conceded off those turnovers. Orlando only turned it over 8 times, had 10 points conceded off of that. So, yeah, Orlando just shot poorly, man. Franz Wagner had 37 points, but attempted 11 threes and only hit 3 of them. Got to the line 20 times, hit 18 of them. So that's where he got his numbers. That's exactly where he got his numbers. And Cole Anthony had 23 points, 7-11 from the field, 2 of 5 from behind the arc. Other than that, there wasn't nothing to look at for the Orlando Magic. Paolo had a cold night, 4-19, 0-6 from behind the arc, 9 points, 2 steals, 1 block, 6 assists, and 6 boards. Found ways to help in other areas, but they need his scoring bad in order to win basketball games. It's a bad night for the Orlando Magic overall. Colin Sexton had 22 points in this one, 8 assists, 5 rebounds. Another playmaker, Colin Sexton. 6 of 15 from the field, 1 of 4 from behind the arc. Markkanen played in this one, 4 of 10 from behind the arc for 12 points, 11 rebounds, and 3 blocks. Be aware of his length. He can use it very well. John Collins had 19 points, 2 blocks, 6 assists on 8 of 9 shooting, 2 of 2 from behind the arc. Probably should have shot more given how well he was shooting, but hey, it was what it was. Isaiah Collier had 5 of 9 from the field, 12 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds, and a steal. Kind of quiet for the standards that he's been setting for himself lately. Kessler, 8 points, 1 block, 1 steal, 2 assists, 15 boards, 2 of them offensive rebounds, continuing to destroy on the glass every night. Walker Kessler's playing some amazing ball right now, man. 16 points for Jordan Clarkson off the bench, another good shooting night for him, 4 of 8 from behind the arc. And Keontae George, 4 of 11 from the field, 12 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds. So that was a production for the Utah Jazz, taking care of the Orlando Magic, who came into their gym and threw nothing but bricks around all night long. That's pretty much the story for the Utah Jazz. So they have, they're on a 2-game losing streak, having had their defense really not necessarily show up against the Clippers or the Suns. So I'd expect that their defense is going to be trashed tonight, because that's what the latest data tells us. But we need to be aware of just how serious they're playing right now. And, of course, the Clipper game has an asterisk on it because they didn't even have Kessler out there. No Markkanen, no Sexton. They set everybody in that game. So, yeah, that is what the Jazz have been doing. And they very much almost won that Phoenix game, as we know before that. So, without Markkanen, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, this is not a good team, but they have plenty of talent. No, Markkanen did play, he had 20.7 rebounds in that Phoenix matchup. But yeah, man, that's what it is. That's what Utah's been up to. And what does the injury report tell us about the Utah Jazz tonight? Well, tonight they're going to be without Colin Sexton, which is very good news to a degree, although you're going to have to deal with George and, of course, Collier tonight, or even more, which I don't know if that's really that great for you, to be honest with you. You still got to deal with Clarkson as well, of course, so they got plenty of guards coming at us. KJ Martin is out. He was just newly acquired for them. I think he's going to fit very well. Nice lob threat. They're going to like having him down there. And Taylor Hendrick, of course, is out for the season. And for the Lakers, Luka Doncic, game-time decision. LeBron James, game-time decision. Bronny James, game-time decision. And Dalton Knecht, a game-time decision. And, of course, we know the guys who are out with our basketball team are most definitely going to remain out for a little while. Nothing changes with Christian Wood and Max Kleber. Cam Reddish also is still out. And Austin Reeves is probable. He's likely to play. The way he played in the last game, nobody blamed him for taking the game off. But that's the production. That's the injury report, rather, for both teams. And, yeah, man, let's see what else. Let me check the other injury report, because I have 2 different injury reports I tend to check when I do these videos. But this is good. The Lakers are on a 5-game winning streak. We've won, 11 out of the last 14 games or something like that. Just really been tearing through people. No matter who's on the floor, it's been next man up. And we love how our team has been playing. Of course, we mentioned that Austin went for the big game against the Pacers. you know, we just been taking care of business, man, scoring a lot of points as of late. You look at these Lakers' last 5 games. 124 scored, 120 scored, 122 scored, 128 scored, 134 scored. We're just blowing people out, man. And we just got to continue to put up that amount. Get your assist off. Of course, we got a learning curve with our new guy, Luka, coming in, who's one of the best players in the world. We're going to get to know him very well. And it's going to be exciting around here from here on out. I've been one of the people that's told you I've been kind of not so excited about our team as of late. It's been a little frustrating for the last couple years, but it's starting to feel like Laker basketball once again around here, and we are super excited to bring in Luka Doncic. And it's going to be amazing to have him out there with LeBron James and the way Austin's playing. Welcome back, Dalton. I know it's going to be a little awkward for you, man, but you should have so much more excitement than you have resentment, because at the end of the day, you're going to be playing with Luka the Don. You're going to be playing with LeBron James and Luka the Don as a rookie, and believe me, that's a far greater fate than going to Charlotte to tank forevermore. That's pretty much what it is out there. Feel bad for Mark Williams. I feel terrible for Mark Williams. I hope his health goes well for him. Also, Anthony Davis, get well soon. I understand his injury is rather serious as well, and we're not pleased to see that. We don't play about Anthony Davis at all around here. And happy birthday, Max Christie. Even though he's a Dallas Maverick now, that's our guy, man. And he's having his 22nd birthday today. So we definitely want to shout out the guys that we traded away, because at the end of the day, nobody wanted to see them go. This was just an offer we couldn't refuse. When the Don comes around, you just gotta let him in. That's it. And that's what it comes down to. So we're ready. We're ready, man. 77. Let's start your legacy here, man. I know you're a Dallas Maverick for life, but this Laker thing ain't nothing to play with. And as soon as you start realizing what it is, believe me, you're gonna love being a Laker too. So let's get started, man. 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 Eastern. Debut of Luka the Don. Hopefully that happens. BDF 44. I thank y'all for watching. I'm out.